Well, the image is one thing, and a human being is another, you know. So.
How close does it come? How close does the image come to the man?
It's very hard to live up to an image. I'll put it that way. Yeah.
I got those 1, 2, 3, 4 occupation GI blues. From my GI hair to the heels of my GI shoes. And if I don't go stateside soon, I'm gonna blow my fuse.
Elvis Presley, known as the King of Rock and Roll, was a legendary American musician and cultural icon who revolutionized the world of music. Born on January 8, 1935, in Tupelo, Mississippi, Presley rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most influential figures of the 20th century. With his dynamic voice, charismatic stage presence, and daring performances, he captured the hearts of millions of fans worldwide. From the moment he burst onto the music scene in the mid-1950s, Elvis attracted a diverse and dedicated fan base that spanned generations and crossed cultural boundaries. His fans were known for their passionate displays of affection and loyalty. They would line up for hours to catch a glimpse of their idol, often screaming and fainting in excitement at his concerts.
Trouble to turn into a struggle halfway across Alabama. Well, a hound broke down and left us all stranded in downtown Birmingham.
Oh my God!
When Elvis was still a kid, the Presley family lived modestly. Vernon, his father, held various odd jobs, including farming and carpentry, while his mother, Gladys, devoted herself to raising Elvis and his twin brother, Jesse Guerin, who tragically died at birth. The Presleys faced financial struggles during the Great Depression, which deeply impacted their upbringing. Despite their modest circumstances, Elvis's parents instilled in him a love for music from an early age, exposing him to gospel hymns and country songs that resonated deeply with the young Elvis. As a teenager, Elvis's family moved to Memphis, Tennessee, where he would later begin his music career.
There are a lot of tambourines and saxophone and drummers going on.
Oh, that band?
Yeah, that's what he liked that.
So does that sound a bit more swing? I'm just trying to...
Yeah, it's swinging.
Because I know, I've seen many interviews where people go, oh, so your first love was gospel, and he actually said, no, actually, he used to say colored spirituals was my first love.
Yeah, and that's moving around a lot.
And the movement, right?
Yeah, because he would go up there.
Yeah.
We thought we was too cool for that until he started doing it.
can operate. Naturally, I was 19 years old when I started out. So you get a little older, you learn a little more. You see things a little differently, you see people a little differently, you know, the usual things. But I think my biggest thing would be consideration for other people's, the thing I was talking about, consideration for other people's feelings, because in doing that, you can keep yourself from becoming hardened and hard, you know, therefore making you, I think, a better human being, really.
Elvis Presley started his career in the 1950s when he signed with Sun Records in Memphis, Tennessee. He recorded his first song, "That's All Right," which mixed blues and country music and got people's attention. This song made him popular in the growing rock and roll scene. After that, Elvis became even more famous with songs like "Blue Suede Shoes," "Heartbreak Hotel," and "Hound Dog." He performed on TV shows like The Ed Sullivan Show, and people all over the country loved him. They even called themselves Elvis Presley's Army. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, Elvis was a big star in both music and movies. He acted in movies like Love Me Tender, Jailhouse Rock, and Viva Las Vegas, which made him even more famous. But some people thought his music was becoming too predictable, and his image was too commercialized.
I had to give a press conference.
Elvis, there have been a lot of rumors about your love life. Did you meet anyone special in Germany?
Not any special one. There was a little girl that I was seeing quite often over there that her father was in the Air Force, and actually they only got over there about 2 months before I left. I was seeing her, and she was at the airport when I left. And there were some pictures made of her. But it was no big romance. I mean, the stories came out, the girl he left behind, and all that. It wasn't like that. I mean, I had to be careful when I answered.
Elvis Presley's love life was a topic of fascination for fans and the media throughout his career. One of the most significant relationships in his life was with Priscilla Beaulieu. They met in Germany in 1959 while Elvis was serving in the army, and Priscilla was just 14 years old. Their romance blossomed over the years, and they eventually married in 1967.
On May 1st, 1967, Priscilla walked down that aisle. We called it Elvis's May Day, and I was there. At about 4 in the morning, Elvis and Priscilla went to the Clark County Courthouse, where Elvis paid $15 for a marriage license. Then they drove to the Aladdin Hotel and retired, with the wedding set for early that same morning. There were only 14 people at the actual wedding, but a huge reception and press conference followed, and almost immediately the news was flashed around the world that Elvis Presley had been married. They were the picture of true love. Elvis was the happiest I'd seen him in a long, long time, and it was a dream come true for Priscilla. A 5-foot wedding cake and a massive diamond ring that Elvis's jeweler had flown in from Memphis, and attention like she'd never ever seen before. Michelle, Priscilla's younger sister, was her maid of honor. Mr. Presley was there, as were Priscilla's parents and family. That afternoon, we all flew back to Palm Springs. Elvis and Priscilla stayed there for a short honeymoon, then settling down to life in California and Graceland in Memphis.
Together, they had a daughter, Lisa Marie, born on February 1, 1968. Lisa Marie was the only child of Elvis and his wife, Priscilla Presley. However, their marriage faced challenges, including Elvis's demanding career, his infidelity, and Priscilla's desire for independence. After years of marital strain, Elvis and Priscilla officially divorced on October 9, 1973, in Santa Monica, California. The divorce settlement granted Priscilla custody of Lisa Marie, with Elvis providing financial support and maintaining a close relationship with his daughter. Elvis Presley's downfall can be attributed to a combination of factors, including personal struggles, health issues, and professional challenges. One of the primary reasons for his decline was his escalating dependence on prescription drugs, which began in the late 1960s to cope with physical pain and emotional stress. Over time, this reliance on medication led to a downward spiral of addiction and deteriorating health. Elvis's demanding schedule, fueled by his relentless work ethic and the pressures of fame, exacerbated his struggles with substance abuse. His grueling touring commitments and film projects left little time for rest and relaxation, leading to exhaustion and burnout. As a result, Elvis's performances suffered, and his once electrifying stage presence became increasingly erratic and unpredictable. Elvis Presley faced controversies throughout his career, including criticism for his provocative performance style, accusations of cultural appropriation, and scrutiny over his draft evasion during the Korean War. Despite attempts to find companionship and stability in subsequent relationships, Elvis struggled to fill the void left by the collapse of his family unit. Financial mismanagement and legal disputes further compounded Elvis's problems, leading to mounting debt and legal battles that strained his finances and tarnished his reputation.
Good evening. Elvis Presley died today. He was 42. Apparently it was a heart attack. He was found at his home in Memphis, not breathing. His road manager tried to revive him. He failed. A hospital tried to revive him. It failed. His doctor pronounced him dead at 3 o'clock this afternoon. The end, at an early age, of one of the two most spectacular careers in the history of American entertainment.
Over the country are converging on Graceland, trying to get in to view the body of the 42-year-old king of rock and roll. The world is shocked by Elvis Presley's sudden death after attempts to save his life failed. The apparent cause, according to his personal physician, Dr. George Nicopolis, is a heart attack. The singer's father, Vernon Presley, has requested that an autopsy be performed.
I was raised on Elvis. We started when I was 10 years old. My mother and daddy loved him. And I just say I was raised on him. There's nobody else like him. There won't ever be anybody else like him as far as I'm concerned.
Elvis Presley's death on August 16, 1977, shocked the world. Found unresponsive in his bathroom at Graceland, his Memphis mansion, Elvis was pronounced dead at 42. Initially attributed to a heart attack, autopsy results revealed a cocktail of prescription drugs in his system, highlighting his long-standing battle with addiction and health issues. The news devastated fans globally, leading to an outpouring of grief. Thousands gathered outside Graceland to mourn the king of rock and roll, while conspiracy theories about his death circulated for years.
Came down the steps and stood right there beside me. He said, "Mary, I want to stay with you." And I told him, I said, "Well, you're welcome to stay at my house, Mr. Elvis. You know that." And I looked up at him, and he kind of smiled a little bit. And he vanished away.
And I always